Hey y'all, I'm Reese Jennings, and today I'm breaking down the uses and gratifications theory, which sounds kind of intense, but honestly, it's super relatable. This theory is all about how we choose media based on what we're trying to get out of it. And that's why I love it, because it's basically putting the power into our hands. So instead of focusing on how media controls us, this theory is like, no, people are smart, they know what they want, and we are picking the media that meets our needs. It was developed in the 1970s, back when media was mostly TV, radio, and like newspapers, but it still definitely applies to how we use TikTok, Spotify, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, all of them. But there are 5 main reasons people use media. The first one is cognitive needs. This is all about learning and staying informed. So maybe you're watching a video to understand a class concept or reading news articles to stay updated on what's going around you in the world. For me, that's whenever I go to YouTube to try to figure out a concept for one of my classes that just doesn't make sense. Or it's whenever I go on Google to figure out a APA formatting just to make sure I have it right. The second one is affective needs. This one's emotional. We use media to feel something, like watching a sad movie whenever you're heartbroken, or hyping yourself up with some music whenever you're about to go out. I swear my Spotify Wrapped is a roller coaster because music just is how I function. I can't go without it. And it's how I feel most of the time. That's how I use music, is to describe how I feel or to make me feel a different way sometimes. Never know. And number 3, personal integrative needs. That's about boosting self-confidence or reinforcing your identity. So watching TED Talks or following girl bosses on Instagram to feel motivated, or just seeing content that makes you feel validated in who you are or experience that maybe you've gone through, that is another way of us using social media or media to help us and make us feel better. And then the fourth one is integrative needs. Basically, we don't want to feel left out. If your whole friend group is watching Love is Blind, you're probably watching it too just so you can join the group chats and just know what's going on. Or maybe you scroll on Twitter to feel connected to what everyone else is talking about, and you just want to see what the latest trends are. You don't want to be left behind. The 5th reason is tension release. That's escapism. Like whenever you're totally burnt out, so you binge watch your favorite show or reality TV, or you doom scroll on TikTok for like an hour, or in my case, 6 hours. This one is huge for college students because sometimes you just need a break from reality. Now, what's interesting is that we don't just stick to one category. We're constantly switching depending on our needs. For example, I'll go watching an inspirational podcast while I'm journaling that is personal integrative, to getting lost in dumb TikTok drama like Alabama Barker and Bad Baby. That is tension release. In like 5 minutes, like that, super quick. It's chaotic, but it makes sense through this theory. One thing that really stood out to me when learning about this is that media isn't just passive, it's intentional. Even when it feels mindless, it's still fulfilling something, which I didn't realize before. Like, I thought I was just zoning out, but I was actually managing stress or connecting emotionally. Now, this theory assumes that we always know what we want and that we are good at picking the right media to meet those ends, but sometimes we don't. I've definitely caught myself doom scrolling or watching things that make me feel worse and not better. So while this theory explains our motivations, it still doesn't really cover the quality or consequences of those choices. I still think that uses and gratifications is super helpful in understanding how we are in control of our media use. And now that I get it, I try to be a little bit more aware of what I'm consuming and why, because it really does affect how I feel, think, and interact with others. So that's the gist of it, but thank you for coming to my little media therapy session. Bye.